So, to all you draft league coaches out there, how many of you have had a front office conspire to make a draft league of their own just cuz? Well, something like this just recently happened. Welcome to the SBL, or as we have pretty much established it as, the Styx Bitches League. And yes, that is pretty much a league. So, how this happened was, I ended up kind of sort of bringing up the notion of having a league with the entirety of the Duke Blue Dwebbles front office, and some other people chimed in saying that they were thinking about the same thing. I made a logo. Styx is cracking up here, saying that, is this actually happening, or something along those lines, and yeah, so, league got together, were some rules to be drafting by, 130 points, Z-Mon's taking up 30 points max, and we had to draft a Mon off of Styx's Dream Team. So, yeah, those were basically the rules. And, yeah, it's going to be a pretty interesting league to close out the generation. So, here's my draft analysis. First off, I would like to address, before I announce my first pick, there were some unbans that were done in lieu with the CPC rules, or rather, the CPC D League. I think it's both CPC and CPC D League. Behind the scenes, I ended up picking up the CPC D League as I expressed interest in it for Generation 8, but ended up getting pulled up at the last minute. And, went by their rules, moved a few things around, and made an unban to bring into the mix. And I ended up drafting second overall, and the first guy didn't take it, so I had to take this thing. I picked up Deoxys-Speed, and with that blazing fast base 180 speed, solid 95 attacking stats, but somewhat subpar 50, 90, 90 bulk. I mean, that 50 is horrendous, but the 90s I can pretty much make do with. Deoxys-Speed definitely has the stats to get around a few things, mainly base 150 attackers and whatnot. And the move pool, you get Nasty Plot, you get Calm Mind, you get Spikes, Stealth Rocks, and a powerful attacking Nuke and Psycho Boost. Deoxys-Speed, I actually have seen in possession of my good buddy Crobat for the win in some of his runs, and I'm thinking that Deoxys-Speed is going to be a fun one to work with. So with Deoxys-Speed, I kind of wanted to build some stuff around that, maybe some walls, some spikes like abusers, something that can help set up rocks, so Deoxys-Speed doesn't have to worry about it. Some walls here and there. And second pick ended up being one of those walls that could be a sweeper, and at 15, I did not want this thing to fall past the draft board any further, so I ended up picking up Celesteela. Now, Celesteela is a mon that I've had success with in a couple of leagues, more recently the CPC D League, but it's an incredibly effective wall, and it's just one of those mons that just fills a wide myriad of roles that I definitely have enjoyed using. So, that steel typing, great to have around, and I do like having my bulky steels, albeit this one is not a stealth rocker, but it still fills that bulky steel role that I do like having around. So, next pick, kind of pulled the trigger with this one, but ended up picking up Mega Charizard X. I could have grabbed Feeny, and this was actually a little bit of a plan of mine to pick up a Celesteela Tapu Fini Mega Charizard X Core, but I think I kind of jumped the gun with Zard X. But still, Zard X, very potent sweeper. It's Dragon Dance, Swords Dance, Belly Drum if you want to. Solid base, 100 speed. Very good base, 130 attacking stats on both sides of the spectrum. Zard X, definitely a pretty powerful threat, but pretty tough to use, especially if you don't have the support around it. I mean, it's a powerful mon, but it just requires a good amount of support, because there are a lot of things that carry stealth rocks and some very good physical walls here and there that kind of murk it a little bit. So, round 4, Tapu Fini ends up getting sniped from me from another team, and I'm kind of kicking myself for that, but still kind of looking for defoggers around here. And for the 4th round, I ended up picking up Lyscore. Lyscore helps me with the Deoxys-Speed stealth rocking roll, and I also get to absorb status. I have a U-turner. This thing can also run Swords Dance and Agility. Lyscore does have some pretty good bulk to it as well. I think like 65, 125, 95 bulk or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I do like what Lyscore can do. Not the most versatile Pokemon out there, but definitely a very big threat. Or defensively, of course. So, coming around to the other part of the quote-unquote wheel. I mean, I had the second pick in the draft. It's a little bit of a pseudo wheel, not a true wheel, but a pseudo wheel. Kind of wanted a fairy, and ended up picking up a Tapu Bulu. Tapu Bulu actually kind of helps out Zard X taking earthquakes, and pretty strong physical breaker as well, which is definitely welcome on this kind of team. So, yeah, definitely happy to have Bulu around. But, there were some other mons that kind of sort of mitigate what it can do, but kind of needed a fairy. But he does have some free agency transactions, so I'll see what pretty much transpires out of this. So, next pick that I'm looking at for this league, yeah, I kind of hate myself for this one, because I hate this mon. I've seen what it can do. It has been used against me, and has been annoying. I have completely broken to it. It's Toxapex. So, Toxapex in tandem with Celesteela makes a very potent core. With Tapu Bulu's grassy terrain, it can take earthquakes a little bit better. But Toxapex, definitely one of the most annoying Pokemon for anyone to face. I mean, it gets Toxic Spikes, Recover, Haze. You can tailor its defenses to what you need. It has Regenerator. Just, it's one of those mons that I absolutely hate, but I'm actually giving a chance here. And I'm probably going to hate myself for it, but welcome aboard, Toxapex. Ugh. But on the other side of the wheel, I picked up something a little bit faster. Something that I can definitely work with as a pivot, and something that I've used a couple of times here and there. More notably in my March Madness run, I'm bringing back Alolan Persian. Now, Alolan Persian, I get myself that Dark type, some extra stab knockoff, Parting Shot. I'm also making it one of my Z users alongside Celesteela. And yeah, Persianismon that I am very familiar with and happy to bring back. So, next round, I'm looking at a spinner, and actually very fortunate that this thing is still up there. But it also kind of hinders the fact that I drafted Bulu, which I'm probably going to address sometime down the road. I drafted Dhelmise. So this thing gives me some little extra spin support. I can spin block with it. Yeah, and I actually think Dhelmise fits what I want to do with my team better than Tapu Bulu does. I mean, Tapu Bulu does give me that grassy terrain, so Zard X doesn't have to get nailed by Earthquake all that much. And the same thing actually goes with Toxic X, rather. But if you look at my team, I actually have a Celesteela, I have a Gliscor, and now I have a Dhelmise. I have some very good ground resists. Not a lot of good ice resists, but some very solid ground resists nonetheless. But Dhelmise actually fills in some pretty good roles here and there, and actually very happy to have that thing along, and let's see what Dhelmise can pull off. Next pick, I'm looking at this thing as something that I can definitely abuse, Persian's Parting Shot with, if need be, and needed a little bit of a cleaner. Picked up Linoone. And we all have seen what Belly Drum Linoone can do. And it can pack a punch. Pretty solid move pool all around. Also had Switcheroo if I choose to abuse it. And Linoone, not necessarily Obstagoon quite yet, but base 100 speed, semi-decent attacking stats, especially, but even better when packed up with Belly Drum and Extreme Speed. And definitely happy to have this thing around, and let's see what Linoone can do. And now we're on to picks 10 and 11. 10 and 11, I have 7 points to work with, but I wanted to get another rocker and something that resists rocks, so went with something that I know well, Stunfisk. It is an electric type that doesn't really get me a lot of momentum, and my team doesn't have a lot of momentum to work with in the first place. Pretty much just Gliscor and Alolan Persian. But Stunfisk, definitely a good electric sponge with its ground typing and electric type to kind of back some things up. Has static to kind of deal with physical attackers here and there. Get Stealth Rock and Discharge, some other good options here and there, and definitely happy to have Stunfisk around. Might serve some use in some matches here and there, but we'll see what it can do. And now for pick 11, 2 points, and I'm also bringing them on that I do have some pretty bad experience with. Illumise. Illumise can actually fill in some pretty interesting roles. Wish support, Encore, Defog, and I did need some defoggers here and there. I mean, I only have Gliscor and Dhelmise to handle hazards in the first place, so not a lot of help for Zardex in that department. But, I say, kind of have a little bit of bad experience with. There was some guy who dunked me in a league with an Illumise, stalled me out even. And yeah, not too happy about that, but hey, Illumise, you can join Toxapex in the degenerate corner, and welcome to the team. I hope you two scumbags put in a lot of work, or I'm not going to be happy. So, here's your redemption arc for the both of you. Make me proud. So, with my team, overall, very pleased with it. I could have done some things differently with my draft, namely saving Zardex for round 4 and picking up Tapu Fini, but didn't really know how far Zardex is going to drop. But, yeah. Still, very threatening team, especially on the physical side of things. Especially, I could make some moves here and there. I really could. Physical walls can do some damage to me. And, well, my stuff. But, overall, got some very good bulk. Some decent support to work with. And I guess we'll see what this team can do. So, hope you guys enjoyed this little draft recap of the SBL. And hope you guys enjoy this right that I'm going to be taking to close out Gen 7. Rate, comment, sub, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.